Greetings to you all. Welcome to my podcast where we talk about Africa and Africans being transformed in their mind. Now, special thanks to people who have been loyal here, who have been supporting this podcast and who have been, promoting my videos to waking up the African people and Africans in general coming together and standing with each other and then, we putting things together and making things work. So a big shout out to every loyal subscribers here and people outside who have been following the podcast and then promoting my videos. May the Creator really bless you all, and I appreciate very much for what you all doing. May the Most High, bless you all and strengthen you all through this time of season. So, when I started this podcast, since the majority of Africans are Christians, I want to, talk about a sensitive topic that can weaken the African people, especially the African religious people, because I realized that Africa being looked down upon, most of its religion have been used as a weapon. That's the reason why people look down upon Africa. So that's some of the genesis of it. So today my podcast is titled Africa, the Nazareth Hidden. So what do I mean by Africa, the Nazareth Hidden? So when you go to the scripture, when you read the Bible, it talks about Nazarite. And Nazarite in the Bible was a place where people don't, believe in Nazarites. It was looked down upon. Nobody believed that Nazarites will ever rise to become great. And nobody believed that great messenger or a Messiah or let's say a great person might come out of Nazarite. So why I titled this Africa and the Nazarite Hidden is, so in John 1:46, so this is Philip excitedly telling Nathanael, about Nazarites and a Messiah, Yeshua, coming from Nazarite. He's so excited about it. So Nathanael's response is, his response, he's just being, realistic as a human being can be. So Nathanael never believed that nothing good can come out of Nazarites. And Philip's response was, come and see. So my message to people, Africans who don't believe in Africa, when you talk about Africa being great, some of you got attitude and said, Africa, what is in Africa? And even Afro descents saying Africa. They don't believe nothing good can come out of Africa. And I don't blame them. This has to do with history, bro. So let me remind people, if you said Africa has been the hidden Nazareth and nothing good can come out of Africa, let me challenge you. Let's go back to ancient civilization. Look at Egypt. Look at civilization. When we talk about writing and manuscript and all that. Let me take you to West Africa, Timbuktu and Mali. Look at places like Goy. Look at the Ashanti Kingdom. Look at the Oyo Kingdom. Look at the Dahomey Kingdom. Look at, many kingdoms in Africa. And so what do you mean that nothing good cannot come out of Africa? If nothing good cannot come out of Africa, why is it that in Ghana, a whole British, colonial administration is fighting over a golden stool? If nothing good was, coming out of Africa, why would somebody risk his life fighting for a gold? And first of all, why would a European leave Europe, come here, Council of Nicaea. No, not Council of Nicaea. Berlin Conference. Sorry, Berlin Conference. Yes. Why will a colonial administration will create Berlin Conference? Berlin Conference, Ghanaians were not around, Nigerians were not around, Sierra Leoneans, Guinean, Malawians, Congolese were not around. Like an African was not around during the Berlin Conference. And the European colonial powers had to divide the African continent, which is known as the Scramble of Africa. So this when they were fighting over territories. So, you know, the first European who came to Africa were the Portuguese. And so we have Dutch, British, and other Europeans who were fighting over territories, you know. But unfortunately, people come to realize how they were able to colonize some African countries. So I am an African. Of course, I'm a West African. I'm a son of the African continent. I am a Ghanaian and Sierra Leonean as well. So based on my country of ancestry or my ancestral homeland, which is Ghana and Sierra Leone, me being Ghanaian and Sierra Leone. And Sierra Leone simply means sour is like in Portuguese, for what I came to know is Sour Leoa. And Sour Leoa is a Portuguese word which simply means, you know, it translates that mountain. That's what it simply means, mountain. For Sierra Leone, who really know what Sour Leoa, the Portuguese meaning, please you can tell me. For what I know, I'm saying based on what I've, you know, come to know doing research. So when the Portuguese came to Sierra Leone, they came to discover a lot, you know. So, and Ghana being the Gold Coast, before they can even come with the name Gold Coast, the Portuguese explorer, you know, coming to Ghana, the likes of, you know, Diego Azambuja and, you know, a whole lot of, you know, European explorers. Ghana becoming Gold Coast, you know, like when they came to the river banks in Ghana, the coastal area, they came to sow gold. So hence the name Gold Coast. And as for Ghana, you know, the British stole gold. Not only Ghana were gold stolen. Other European powers, including the French, stole gold in Congo. Like the European colonizers, when it comes to looting of kingdom, looting in African countries, gold was, you know, gold back then was, and to now, gold still has value. So gold was something resourceful in the African continent during the olden days. So resources, gold and, you know, bauxite and all those diamond, something valuable. And the Europeans will find whatever means that they can even convince the local people to even come and take that, you know, resources. And I've come to know that our gold and resources is our natural resources. It is something unique to Africans. That when we work on it and we know the value of our natural resources, we can, you know, use natural resources to develop our continent. So, as I said, come to the Bible, Philip, you know, being so excited and telling Nathaniel about Nazareth and the Messiah, he said, how can something good come out of Nazareth? So I think this is a perfect, you know, perfect subject I can link Africa being a Nazareth to. And I say this is because even to now, African diasporas here, some of them, not all, some of them still believe that Africa is a Nazareth and nothing good can come out of it. And I don't blame them, because who controls your education system? Who controls your media? Henceforth, the Western propaganda telling you that nothing good come out of Africa. Africa, they say Africa is poor, you know, a whole lot of negative, you know, narration. So, as I said, I am also an African Nazarene messenger who's here to spread the good news about Africa. So, Yeah, welcome to my podcast. It's all love, man. And so Africa being the hidden Nazareth, you know, I want to say this, that something good can come out of Africa. Not even something good. Many centuries, good stuff have been happening. So please renew your mind. Be as my podcast is the African mind, be transformed in the renewing of the mind. So this is when we have to spend time researching, getting books, whatever that has to do with knowledge about Africa. We have to make good use of it. So Africa is never the down continent. The Western world and also brainwashed Africans have become a scapegoats being used to push this false narrative. Africa, the hidden Nazareth. As for the good things, it has been happening many centuries. So Africa have been labeled as the Nazareth and nothing good can come out of it. But to your surprise, and to now, many, many good things is coming out of the African Nazarites that you look down upon. So one love, and my message out is, let us love one another. Let us unite as Africans. This is the time that we have to put our tribal differences aside. We all should be proud of the tribe we come from. So I am proud to be of the Akan ethnic group in Ghana. Proud to be of the ethnic group in Sierra Leone, Limba. I'm a proud African, so I'm proud of the tribe I come from. So I'm a proud son of the Ghana country and Sierra Leone country. So I'm a proud son of West Africa and Africa soil. So Africa, the hidden Nazarite. And even the World Cup we are having right now, people are so concerned and want to know much about the African continent. Africa being represented in the World Cup and World Cup matches, and Africans also showcasing their culture in the World Cup. Now people are falling in love with Africa. So Africa, hidden Nazarites have even contributed to the Western, world, in the Western Hemisphere. And look at slavery, even in Cuba. You have the Abakwa people, the Abakwa descent who are of the Ibiobo in Nigeria. We have the Chromantis in Jamaica, in Suriname. The Chromantis, the Maroons who are African descent, who have contributed a lot in the Caribbeans, still being authentic to the African culture. So Africa have done a lot. And slavery in the West Hemisphere, many countries that had African being enslaved, they cannot deny the fact of the African contribution to their nation. So Africa has a lot to offer. So there's more Africa can offer. That's when we, sons and daughters who are of African descent, have to hold on to the dream and keep on, building a strong Africa. The Western world, people say Rome wasn't built in a day. That's, what people say, but is Africa really a Rome? To somewhat, could be. But, there's a lot we can do to help Africa. The name is One, and the name is Reggie Kwabena Deschamps-Mills. I'm out. One love.